not good to be live sideways.
Okay.
You know.
Well,
Why you gonna turn the camera on? Oh, here you go.
what's going on? Waiting for some people to show up. Well, waiting for people to show up out here. You know what I'm saying? We out here getting ready to pour another libation for the Atlanta race riots that happened. We're gonna do another libation ceremony like last time. So, here. Alright, y'all. Yeah, so again, like I was saying, we here trying to commemorate our ancestors once again the African way, as we usually do. This is another event that happened in our history as African people. This was the Atlanta race riots, right? That happened from September 22nd to the 24th back in 1906. And this is another lynching event that happened in our history where white terrorists came and had lynched our people in our community. And this happened as a result of Reconstruction, when black folks were starting to come up in the communities, right? They were starting to get voting power, political power, and economic power, and start to build, start to have self-determination in their communities, whether it's black businesses or just people getting together. And so this invoked the type of jealousy and anger and Yurugu, right? As we can see that type of jealousy and hatred that goes on today whenever we get out and start forming our people to take power, take control over our communities. A lot of folks go out there and you see what happened in Buffalo, New York, where they came out and shot us, or you see these people forming up under Donald Trump and all these different little conspiracy groups that pop up. And of course what happened when they wanted to storm the White House, because whenever they see us get together, it's like a fear of the black planet that comes back, right? And so I wanted to talk a little bit about what happened here. There was 25 plus African people who were murdered. And that number alone is disputed, because they don't even really know how many black folks died, because they ain't even really properly investigate, and they didn't really care because they thought it was justified. And they used the newspapers, right? The media. They propagated lies about people who were raped. And so what ended up happening was this provoked the white lynch mobs to go out and kidnap some of our people to lynch them. And so some of the lessons we got to learn from history today is, we know Malcolm X told us that the media will get us to hate anybody. So we got to start knowing that every time these white supremacists or the capitalists tell any kind of stories, it's always propaganda, and it's never going to tell the truth. So with that being said, this particular ancestor, Zeb Long, they said that they pulled him out here. Let me try to read it. The officers took Mr. Long to the small wooden jail in East Point that was described by a local newspaper as a flimsy shack. The arresting officer took no further precautions, and around 5 a.m. on September 24th, a mob of at least 50 white men stormed the jail and kidnapped Mr. Long, placing a rope around his neck. The mob dragged Mr. Long to a wooded area about half a mile west of the jail. Though Mr. Long begged for his life, the mob promptly lynched him and left his body hanging to a tree. A coroner's jury determined on September 25th that Mr. Long had been killed by an unknown party, and no further investigation was made. No one who participated in the white mob violence that terrorized the East Point black community and lynched Mr. Long between September 22nd to the 25th was held accountable for their crimes. Just for this brother here that lost his life that day, we're going to pour our ancestor one. We're going to pour a libation for this ancestor, Zeb Long. Ashe.
Ashe.
We're going to pour another libation for the 25 plus victims that were killed during this terrorist attack on African people. Ashe.
Ashe.
And we're going to pour the libation for all of our ancestors, both known and unknown, who've been a victim of white supremacy and capitalist terrorism. But also, we're going to pour the libation for any of those who fought back, who we may not know the names of. Ashe,
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 Asheo.
Asheo.